All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Hakodash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. We are the brothers of Great Millstone, Miami. I'm the brother Lloyd, and with me,
Shamar, War.
And hey, we just gonna do an open forum real quick, touching on some news, some headlines that came out recently within the past month or so. Okay, just to go show, all right, hey, that these prophecies are speaking. Okay, these prophecies are coming to pass. Matter of fact, somebody could get Habakkuk.
Habakkuk 2.
Yeah, Habakkuk chapter 2. Okay, the vision is set for an appointed time.
Yep.
Okay, all right. And hey, Lord willing, this video is edifying, man. We're living in a time where all the things that were spoken of by the holy apostles and prophets is taking place and unfolding before our eyes. Okay, go ahead.
This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Right. Okay. So the Lord set up his prophets as spiritual watchmen, okay, to watch for these signs that are taking place. All right, which Yahweh Shai commanded, the thing that I say unto you, I say unto to all, which is to watch. Okay, because there are certain signs that are associated to the last days. Okay, the return of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach, who the world even calls Jesus Christ. Okay, so we have to be on our watch. And Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 3 says, the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end, which we're in the end, it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. Okay, all right, so these prophecies are faithful and true. Okay, now I want to read just start off with this headline here. Okay, from AlJazeera.com. All right, it says, which we're not going to read through all of these articles because it'll be too long. For time's sake, we might just read the headlines, a line or two, and just keep it moving. Okay, but this is from AlJazeera.com. Okay, U.S. weekly jobless claims rise as Omicron spreads. Okay, U.S. weekly jobless claims rise as Omicron spreads. Okay, jobless claims climbed by 23,000 last week from this previous one. Okay, so people are claiming unemployment benefits. Okay, people don't want to return back to work. They're leaving the places of their employment. Why? Because of the spread of this new variation of C19. Okay, all right, and again, this is this is all in alignment with prophecy. Okay, all right, somebody could get Isaiah 19.
I got it. This is the book of Isaiah 19, verse 15. Let's see. I start at 14. The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
Right, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which head nor tail, branch or rush may do. Okay, all right. So, hey, the economy. All right, these businesses are getting ready to shut down.
Right.
Okay. All right, people are going to be out of work for one reason or another. Okay. All right, and again, this is all according to prophecy, man. Okay, well, what's happening with these jobless claims is all according to what's written in the scriptures. All right, which that's another precept, Ecclesiastes, where it talks about what the grinding shall cease. Somebody could get that.
I got it. Ecclesiastes 12 and 4. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Start at 3. Okay, cover slow. Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few.
All right. Okay. All right. So this society is coming to a halt.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. The keepers of the house, people who are for the upkeep of the society, your mayors, your governors,
Right.
okay, or your prognosticators, they are trembling. They're afraid. Okay, all right, your forecasters. Okay, why? Because of what's taking place upon the earth, which the scriptures tell you that in Luke 21 and in Matthew. Okay, the stress of nations with perplexity, men's hearts failing them for fear.
Right.
Okay, the power shall stand in fear.
Yep.
Okay.
And even the average day-to-day shopkeepers, they trembling too, man. Because it says the grinders cease because they are few, and a lot of people don't want to return back to work. Man.
Right.
A lot of people want to go back to work because of the C1 uno nueve, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and fears of contracting it, and
Right.
plus they feel like the government is paying them more to sit at home than to be at work, man.
Right.
So now these which all of this is a plot for the elite anyways to destroy the middle class, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because majority of those mom and pop stores are owned by middle class citizens, man. All right, so the best way to kill their middle class livelihood and their income is by smashing their business first, man.
Right.
That way they can't, retain the amount of income that they used to anymore. Therefore, they're either going to have to reduce to being extremely poor, or they're going to have to sell out and become one percenters, man.
Right. Yeah. Yep. Hey, keepers of the house shall tremble. That's crazy because there was some headlines like late last year. Okay, from the New York Times, it says robberies are becoming an increasing concern for retailers. Okay, all right. A lot of people are scared. Okay, a lot of these shop owners, retail stores owners, and managers, supervisors, and workers, they're afraid because people are robbing stores more, man.
Yep.
Okay, because people don't have the money, the resources. People out of work, prices going up, so they figure, okay, I'll steal for my bread. I'll steal for my clothing. I'll steal for my accessories. Because I don't want to go back to work. And even if I do work, the money that I'm making is not suffice enough to pay for my bills and also maintain my household.
Yeah, maintain the household and the lust that they have.
Right, yeah. Okay, so it's going down, man. These things happening, man. All right, the scriptures also tell you that they're going to steal for lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's the I was going to go you want to finish it off? You had a precept?
I want to finish this off first. Ecclesiastes 12:3 towards the end, and the grinders shall and the grinders cease because they are low, and those that look out of the windows be darkened.
Right. Okay. The grinders cease because they are few.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So it's less work out here, man.
Right.
Okay. A lot of these businesses still shutting down, reeling off of what happened a couple years ago.
Yep.
Okay. A lot of them want help wanted, but nobody's going to work.
Right.
Nobody's with that. You know what I'm saying? Most people want to work from home. Do their own side hustle and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Under the table shit. Okay. All right. So again, this is all according to biblical prophecy, man. Okay. The words are faithful and true. This is beautiful, man. I'm glad that we're living in a time where we actually get to see this. Okay. All right. Because when we were in the world, we weren't thinking this would happen.
Nah.
I'm saying, but now we actually seeing it when we have the understanding of it. Unlike other people out there in the world who don't have the understanding of it, and they just bugging out. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what the fuck to do. So call them like, what's your outside?
It also said, can you read that part one time?
That's part?
Yeah.
It says, and those that looked out of the windows be darkened.
Yeah, man, because the future of Babylon is dark, man. There's no future.
Right. It's bleak.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So all these people who were, here it is, they were planning their business career for the next 30, 40 years.
Right.
Shit. They ain't seeing that shit no more. They're not expecting any return next year. They bugging out, man.
Right. Their 5-year plan, 10-year plan, all that shit through, bro. You know, for me, the investment account and shit, they bugging out, bro. They losing it right now.
Defaulting like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Man, call a line like, but she outside.
A little bit more. And the door shall be shut in the streets.
Yep.
When the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low.
Right. Okay. So it's quieter.
Right.
Why? Because people are stuck at home.
Mhm.
Okay. People don't want to go anywhere.
Right.
Okay. The grinding is low. The daughters of music shall be brought low. First of all, the music's trash.
Trash.
Okay. But also, what? No more mirth. Okay. No more of that party and bullshit attitude that's just been floating around in Babylon for so long. Okay. People are starting to face the reality of prophecy. Okay. Which
That second,
you got that second Ezra?
yeah, I got that second Ezra.
Con.
Second Ezra 15, and I'll start at verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation."
There you go, man. We already seen the beginning stages of that. That's what the headline said from New York Times, man. Okay, this is your pod. This is beautiful, man. Okay, New York Times, man. Okay, that was November 26, 2021. Okay, but that was toward the end of last year. You feel me? That wasn't that long ago. Okay, robberies are becoming an increasing concern for retailers for lack of bread and for great tribulation.
That's right.
Okay, retailers say thefts are at crisis level. Numbers say otherwise. Okay, so is the Atlantic, September 29, 2021. It says America is having a violent wave, not a crime wave. Okay, so violence is on the increase. Okay, it's just, hey man, here we are, man, at the end, man. Okay, all right, it's gonna get worse. Okay, people are afraid to go shopping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go shopping by themselves.
Right, especially women. Remember, like I think it was last month in California, women were being targeted, man, for leaving grocery stores, man, with their groceries, and then the motherfuckers would either be stocking them in the stores and robbing them right after they leave the register in the middle of everybody, robbing their ass,
Mm-hmm.
or wait until they pull up to the parking lot and just robbing them in the parking lot, or following them home, bro, and busting into their house and robbing them for their groceries, not for their TVs or their Rolex watches or their gold chains, man. Robbing for food, man.
Yep.
Speaking of food, that's
Right.
that's why people are robbing each other for food, man.
Yep. And that's this from the Bloomberg.com, man. Okay, Bloomberg opinion. All right, America's hunger pandemic is getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
A slew of factors such as poverty, which poverty was on the rise before the whole C-19 happened. Okay, the C, uno nueve. Okay, the C-19. Okay, including poverty, inflation, and C, have placed tens of millions of Americans at risk of food insecurity. Where you ever hear that before, man?
Right.
America's known for living deliciously. They eat all the time. We was just talking about it because I has lived deliciously. We were just reading, okay, about how Americans live deliciously. You know, they have all this substance. You know, all right. But now tens of millions, which means 1 million times 10 and then some. Because it says tens of millions. So that could be 20 million.
Right.
That could be 30 million. Okay? Of Americans are at risk of food insecurity, man.
Right.
Okay?
This was in January.
This was posted January.
The first week of the second day of January 2022. 8 in the morning. So as soon as a nigga woke up, he said, "Yup, niggas are starving. Let's post this on the internet."
Right, man. And you can read these articles, man, because it's crazy, man. It's a number of factors, man. It says early in the pandemic, Americans lined up for hours outside of food banks awaiting their chance to collect groceries.
Which we remember that.
Yes. It says many of them had experienced food insecurity before C-19. It says tens of millions of others were new to such assistance. Wow. Tens of millions were new to such assistance.
Right. So that means before the pandemic, they were able to sustain themselves to a certain amount of level. But once that pandemic happened, because you remember the pandemic, it caused everybody to shut down, man.
Mm-hmm.
Retail stores were shut down. You only travel for essential uses.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the average 9-to-5 jobs that you see people always go to work to or jumping on the bus to go to work to, they were all deemed non-essential anymore. So those businesses ended up having shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So you had families that were able to sustain themselves to a certain measure. Now they don't got it no more, man.
Mm-hmm. Only thanks to emergency federal intervention was a serious hunger crisis averted in 2020. Unfortunately, even as the pandemic has eased by some measures, a range of factors is still preventing many Americans from finding enough to eat.
Right. I just want to say this because you said only thanks to the emergency federal intervention. So you see how Esau playing that superhero shit. Man. I came in to save the day. So if you had the foresight and understand the prophecies, then you could clearly see that the food insecurity is not gonna go nowhere. These niggas don't like letting crisis go to waste. All right, they're gonna play on it. They're gonna build on it, and they're gonna drag it out. And the next thing you know, now they're gonna be saving you from starvation because you took what the MOT. You finished the rest, bro. That's gonna be their new way of saving you from starving, man. By giving you the MOT, you finish the rest, and telling you by having this, you'll be able to eat now, man.
It says, unfortunately, as even as the pandemic has eased by some measures, a range of factors is still preventing many Americans from finding enough to eat. Those stresses continue to fall on the nation's food banks as C drags on. Their mission is becoming harder and more expensive. To ensure that the lingering effects of C don't lead to sparse dinner tables this winter, Congress should step up for the charities that kept Americans fed. Food insecurity is a condition in which individuals and families lack access to enough food to live a healthy life. In 2019, 10.9% of Americans, or roughly 35 million people, fit that description at some point. Government programs such as SNAP, food stamp otherwise called, helped reduce those numbers, so did food banks. Even with such help, though, food insecurity persists. When C and its economic disruptions hit, already vulnerable demographics, found themselves in particular need. So too did the newly unemployed, those whose hours were cut substantially, and parents suddenly forced to stay home due to closed schools and daycares.
Right, because majority of those parents that used to have their children go to school and daycare was for free food, man.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to school and a lot of individuals classmates I had used to actually tell us that they parents something in the school to get a free meal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Yeah. It says the impact on food banks was drastic. According to the charity Feeding America, the number of people needing food assistance soared to 60 million in 2020, up 50% from the previous year. I mean, you can read the rest of this article, man. It's a wrap for this place, man. It's over with, man. And look, man, we already read 2nd Ezra for lack of bread and for the great tribulation. Okay, you can get that. But I do want to read 2nd Ezra 15 in verse 5. It says, "Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." Okay.
That's being sent out into the world, man. All right, and it's being and as it says in Sirach, that's created for the wicked, man.
Right. Yeah.
For their sakes, the flood came. So that judgment, all those 50 million that's going through that and went up 50%. Those are wicked niggas, bruh.
Right.
That's going through that shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because hey man, the way the Heavenly Father set our nation up, all right. We here at Great Millstone, nobody ever goes lacking, man, because we adhering to the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So there's a system put into place, man.
Right.
There's a welfare system within our body, man.
Yeah.
Within
the system of the law, such commandments, the Bible. The body takes care of itself.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord takes care of us, man.
That's right.
When all this stuff was happening, brothers was getting fat and swole. Okay.
Fat and swole. Shit. When everybody was getting evicted and landlords was worrying about taking new tenants in because they didn't know how these people were going to pay bills because nobody was working, brothers still had jobs, man. Still able to pay bills, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All right. This is that 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. It says, "And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Boom. Okay. The sown places shall appear unsown. The full storehouses shall be found suddenly empty, man. Okay. All right. It's just it's over with, man. Okay. It's over with. Let me see, man. It's a few articles about that, man. Okay. But I wish I could find them. Oh, matter of fact, there you go.
Food prices about to soar.
Food prices about to soar, man. Okay. All right. It says a worldwide shortage of nitrogen fertilizer used to boost crop yields may affect the next year's food prices, man.
Yep.
Okay. Global prices of nitrogen fertilizer are at their highest levels in over a decade.
Yep.
Okay. The crop nutrient sales amounted to $53 billion last year. Prices are at least 80% higher so far this year, according to Argus Media. Nitrogen-based fertilizers are obtained from natural gas, and higher cost for the fuel have caused producers to slash output, driving the nutrients prices upward.
Yeah, because when you go up, it tell you that the nitrogen fertilizer, all right, was used for what, man? To boost the increase of the crops, man. All right, if you could scroll up real quick, I'll Salah here.
Khan.
All right, it says where is that? Is that it? Oh, there you go, right there. It says the nitrogen fertilizer used to boost crop yield. So this fertilizer, it helped multiply the crops, man.
Mm-hmm.
So if you planted one potato and you spray the nitrogen on it, you could yield 2 potatoes from that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now they're not able to double and triple and quadruple the amount of crops that they yield, which therefore keeps the prices at the certain level that they keep it. Now since there's going to be less crops, prices got to go up, man.
Right, they're going to be less crops. Prices got to go up because they can't get their hand on the nitrogen-based fertilizer.
Yep.
Okay, farmers use nitrogen to increase production of corn, canola, wheat, and other crops. People eat that stuff, man.
All that's in there. Canola oil. Jake loves using that to fry
Wheat,
shit.
bread,
man. Yeah, bread.
corn. People,
you eat cornmeal, mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Grits.
You know what I'm saying? Corn.
Yeah.
Tortillas. Okay,
tortillas.
And these farmers use corn and wheat and other crops to feed
the cattle,
the cows, the chicken.
Yep.
Come on, man, it's over with. It's over with. Wheat and other crops applying it before the planting season, but at current prices, farmers in North America have had to delay its purchase, which could result in rush buying next spring and leave many without the commodity.
Right. And the reason why they slowed down on purchase too, because what was the need of them purchasing nitrogen fertilizer during the pandemic when the government was telling them to destroy their crops? There's no need for me to go buy it for crops that I don't have.
Right. I'm not going to use it. It's a wrap. It's over with. This
is how you know this is all designed, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is all designed.
Right. All designed by Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
Okay. This is Deuteronomy 28:16. Okay. It says, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field."
Yep.
Curse the field. Okay. Which hey, America, it's gonna be bad over here. It's gonna be bad for America abroad. But even out there in the farming fields, they're cursed.
Yeah.
Okay. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Mm-hmm. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thine kind and the flock of thy sheep. Okay. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out. And the Lord shall send upon thee cursing and vexation and rebuke and all that thou settest thine hand to do. Okay. Until thou be destroyed and until thou perish quickly because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me, man. And the Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee until thou have been consumed, until he have consumed thee from off the land whither thou goest to possess it, man. Okay? So these were curses that the Lord put upon us as a nation. But guess what? It's coming upon our enemies. Like it says, I believe this is Deuteronomy 30. Okay, and 7. It says, "And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee."
Right.
Okay, so it's your time to suffer, man. Okay. Any precepts?
Yeah, that's a precept for the farmers.
Mm-hmm.
Second Ezra 15 and 13. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seeds shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful consolation.
Mm-hmm. Break it down.
Talking about these farmers, man. Because it says they that till the ground going into the farmers, their seed shall fail.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's gonna be behind that? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. I got another precept.
Mm-hmm.
Second Ezra 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
There you go.
These people, these different plagues happening is because it's for the wicked, man.
Yeah.
Because they walked in great pride.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, the Heavenly Father is going to take away their pleasures, man.
That's right.
Nigga, we was just talking about how these niggas, America's consumers, they love eating and being lazy and dressing in fine things, right?
Yeah, that's it.
So now the Lord's like, fuck all that shit, man. I'm cutting off you niggas' food. Starve, bitch.
Yeah.
Since you were so proud, since you felt like you was unstoppable, you know what I'm saying? Starve, motherfuckers.
Yep. Jeremiah 50 and 16, it says, cut off the sower from Babylon.
Yes.
And him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his own people and flee everyone to his own land. Okay? It's over with, man. For Babylon, it's done. Okay? Babylon burn. Okay? Okay? Kananak boys, Khan. Hey, oh my goodness, man. It's bad, bro. Okay? It says RT.com. You had a precept?
No.
It says, I fear the havoc inflation will inflict on America in the next year. Prices are rising at levels not seen for 40 years. This is from RT. Okay? Pile that on top of the pandemic, racial tensions, and bitter political divisions, and America could be in for a lot of social unrest.
That small paragraph right there just screamed prophecy in what? In 2 lines, man.
Right. And that was January 13th. That was just 5 days ago, bro.
And the thing, that's crazy, man, because I had seen that 40-year inflation rate, I think, like 2 weeks ago. Well, that was like last week.
Yeah.
Come.
Shit. It's over with, man. It's done. The price is wrong. Blah, blah, blah.
Milk has gone up 5.5%. Oh,
Bread.
it says wrong. But, man, them niggas lying. They trying to save face. They
Right.
know that shit going up that high, man.
Shit.
Fuck around them, bro.
It says even as the U.S. reels under the assault of the Omicron variant, okay, that has pushed C cases to record levels, Americans aren't worried so much about their health as they are about their pocketbooks.
Right.
As inflation surges. And what is inflation? Okay, inflation is when the prices of goods go up.
I can get it. I'm already.
Okay.
Inflation.
Go ahead.
All right. Inflation definition. It says inflation, the action of inflating something or the condition of being inflated. In economics, a general increase in prices and fall in the purchasing value of money.
There you go. That's it. In economics, inflation refers to a general progressive increase in prices of goods and services in an economy. When the general price levels rise, each unit of currency, the dollar, buys fewer goods and services. Consequently, inflation corresponds to the reduction in the purchasing power of money.
Right.
Okay, so the purchasing power of the dollar is going down, and the prices of goods is going up.
That's it.
Okay, all right. Why is the prices of goods going up? One of the reasons why is because of the sea. Okay, all right. A lot of layoffs. Okay, it was harder to produce the goods, so they had to jack up the prices so that the businesses could keep running. But then again, people are out of work. Okay, all right. Then you had the stimulus checks and packages and all of this other stuff. Flooding the economy.
With dollars and shit.
Right, so the purchasing power is going down. Okay, all right. So their pocketbooks are hurting. Okay, which again, cursed shall be thy basket in thy store. I want to get Proverbs. All right. 11:4, it says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, For righteousness delivereth from death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're in the day of wrath.
That's it.
Okay, all right,
Death.
and riches and death,
Right.
and riches profit not.
Yeah, that's it, bro.
Okay, and it's being exposed. The money system is being exposed. It's worthless. How is this going to deliver you from the time of judgment? It's not. It's worthless. Okay, the Lord is exposing it, bringing it down. Okay.
Right, and that's why the scriptures clearly told us not to what? Not to trust in uncertain riches, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. It says a December survey of voters revealed that 68% of Americans mentioned the economy as one of their top concerns, while only 37 named C. Okay.
Right.
But you can read.
It says how much said the economy was a concern?
68.
68. It's because those the ones that's those include preppers, those woke Americans, and those who actually understand the way the world is turning right now.
Mm-hmm.
Still won't get caught up in that shit. Yeah, that's it.
Sure, I'll see. It says inflation jumped at its fastest pace in nearly 40 years last month.
Yeah, I just said that. I just actually got a page.
It says, I'm gonna jump down. It says, and if the AP thinks it's bad for Biden, Associated Press's AP, imagine the pressure on an ordinary worker. Prices for basics like groceries are up, as are clothing, household furnishing, and a host of other goods. Inflation is the cruelest tax because it hurts the poor people the most.
Yeah. because the poor people are the ones at the bottom of the dollar, man. Okay? At the bottom of the fucking dollar, man.
Right. Which is another article from CNN Business, which asks the question, or raises the question of what? Stagflation. Okay? Which is when the prices continue to go up, but the economy is slowed.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? Which that would really hurt.
That'll fuck up some shit.
Yeah. RT again, third of Americans ready to justify violence against the government.
You see?
That was January 2nd.
Yeah. I think I did a lesson on this like not too long ago when cause I had woke up and listened to an NPR report where it had mentioned 60-something% of Americans were actually inciting violence against the government, man. They were justifying it, man.
Yeah, yep. I had that article up too. I
think you closed it.
Yeah, I closed it by mistake.
You might have to hit history.
Yeah, I'm actually. Let me see NPR.
Yeah.
Boom. It says NPR.org. Imagine another American Civil War, but this time in every state.
Right. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Look at this. Okay. It says not long ago the idea of another American Civil War seemed outlandish. These days the notion has not only gone mainstream, it seems to be suddenly everywhere. Business Insider published a poll in October 2020. That was not that long ago.
Right.
Saying a majority of Americans believed the U.S. was already in the midst of a cold civil war. Then last fall, the University of Virginia Center for Politics released a poll finding that a majority of people who had voted to re-elect former President Donald Trump in 2020 now wanted their state to secede from the Union. Okay, the UVA data also showed a stunning 41% of those who voted for Joe Biden in 2020 also said it might now be time to split the country, bro.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The House divided. I'm gonna get that, man. I'm gonna hold that on there. Shall not stand, bro.
Researchers have found such downbeat assessments of America's democracy are especially salient among the young. Last month, the Institute of Politics at Harvard's Kennedy School published a poll that found half of voting age Americans under 30 thought our democracy was in trouble or failing. A third also said they expected there to be a civil war within their lifetimes, bro. Okay, and a quarter thought at least one state would secede. Wow, wow. Okay, which scriptures say what? All right, the Egyptian versus the Egyptians. Go ahead.
This is the book of the book of 19. Book of Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Right. So state versus state, province versus province.
Yep.
That's how it's going down. A civil war. Okay.
And Yahushua told his disciples that in Matthew the 24th chapter, as that being a sign, man. He said, what, man? Nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, man.
Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what?
Said Ezra 15. Said Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
That's literally what we was just reading and talking about.
Simple. This is just that's exactly what's happening, bro.
Yep. And continue to say, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Right. They shall not regard their kings or princes, right? We not just read the headline? It says a third of Americans ready to justify violence against the government.
They like fuck the government, man.
A violation of rights or a military coup were cited as justification of violence. Every third, and this is just based off of a poll, which means they just took a survey. And
it didn't go across every American. So that means the handful of Americans they interviewed, that's the response they got.
Right. So
imagine if they actually went state to state and interviewed every single American. Imagine the amount of response would be of violence against America, man. Everybody on that same wave, man.
Mm-hmm. Okay. It says every third American, the largest number in more than 2 decades, believe violence against the government can be justified. This is from RT. Okay. It says, especially when the violations of rights is involved, a new poll has found. According to a Washington Post and University of Maryland poll, 34% of respondents were prepared to justify violent action, up from 23 in 2015 and only 16 in 2011. The number of those who said violence was never justified dropped significantly to 62% from 76% in 2011. It says, among those prepared to accept violence, the most cited justifications were circumstances in which the U.S. government violates or takes away rights or freedoms or oppresses people, 22%. In the event that the country is no longer a democracy, becomes a dictatorship, or experiences a military coup, 15% said violence would be justified. Okay, which people feel like this is what's being taken place. Okay.
I got a quick precept of Matthew 12:25. For Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
There you go. That's it. That's it, man. Okay. That's it, man. It's going down, man. It's going down. Here it is, man. We at the end, man. People about to rise up against their government. Okay, scriptures tell you ruler against ruler. Yeah. You know, Jeremiah 51 or 50. Okay.
51:46.
Right. It says in Jeremiah 51 and 46, it says, unless your heart faint, and ye fear for the rumor that shall be heard in the land, a rumor shall both come in 1 year, and after that in another year shall come a rumor, and violence in the land, ruler against ruler.
Yep.
Violence in the land. Yep. Rumor. Okay. Dissension. That's what's taking place. Okay. Which, look at this. They was talking about a state should secede from the union. DailyMail.co.uk. Texas Governor Greg Abbott tells his National Guard Biden is not their commander-in-chief, as he sues the White House over unconstitutional military V mandates. Sheesh. It's happening, guys. Okay, and this was what? Let's see. This was published Monday. Monday. Well, Monday.
Today's Monday. So it was published yesterday.
Oh, well, actually, it says published January 5th, 2022. Okay, so that was again a couple weeks ago. It's happening, man. Okay, and shoot. Earthquakes in the first places. I mean, shit. Since this whole Tonga situation happened, hey, we here. You know what I'm saying? That don't even much need to be explained, man. Dozens killed as earthquake hits Western Afghanistan.
Right.
26 killed, dead after 5.3 earthquake hits Western Afghanistan.
Right. Which I remember yesterday I did less on that. The same region got hit by
A twin earthquake.
twin earthquake. One of them was like 4 point something, and 2 hours later 5.6 rocked that shit. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, because of the Tonga situation, 2 people died in Peru, man, because a big ass tsunami wave was sunk to Peru, man, and 2 died. All right, and the whole West Coast is still on tsunami watch. Tsunami like waves had hit San Francisco yesterday, man.
Yep.
All right, all of this is just the Lord visiting Babylon, man. That's all. And when you see things like this, as it says in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, man.
Right. A day ago, earthquake rattles parts of Greece. No damage reported. A magnitude 5.4 earthquake rattles modern Greece and was felt in the capital Sunday. Look at this taking place in the earth, man. It's happening, man. We are here, okay? Look at all these earthquakes, man. Indonesia, okay? Cove, California, Altai, Mongolia, Papua New Guinea within the past week.
That was yesterday. Go down a little bit. Click this. Click that latest earthquake thing. Yeah. Because that list gonna pop up and it's gonna have that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Not golly, bruh. Over 2 dozen earthquakes, bruh. Just today alone, bruh. Just today. Now we done got to 17, bro.
Right.
Over 2 dozen earthquakes, and we ain't even halfway through the day yet, bruh.
Right. 39 earthquakes, man. There you go, man. And scriptures say what? Earthquakes in diverse places. We already know 2nd Ezra 9, you know, the 9th chapter.
You got it?
Okay.
I'm holding it.
Go ahead, read that. I got my
2nd Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, see if part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Yep. No, is that not what we've just been reading about? Earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world?
Yep.
That's what we seeing.
It says, and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
There you go. That's it. That's it, man. Okay. Which just talks about what endings and effects and signs, man.
Yep.
Okay. This is Luke chapter 21, verse 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars. Okay. And upon the earth, the stress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, tsunamis, right? Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken, man. Okay. All right. What else does it say? Well, Matthew talks about earthquakes in diverse places. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Boom.
All these are the beginning of sorrows.
There you go. All these are the beginnings of sorrows, man. It's here, guys. Okay, it's here, man. So, shoot, let me see. Any other articles, man? Sheesh. Prices rise. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it's over, guys. It's a wrap. Okay, the end of the world is here. All right. Call Layim Layabashim Al Shai, man. Call Layim Layabashim Al Shai. So, hey, Lord willing, this video was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Rakadash.
Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and salutations to the elect. Kwame Yasharallah.
Kwame Yasharallah.
Bob Babal.
Baba Ball.
Shalom.
Shalom.